Hello, Earth Angels, and welcome back to another episode of Alignment Academy. It's your host, Kristen, and it has been a hot second since we had a chance to sit down together, just me and you, chat it out, catch up on all the things. Yeah, I feel like it's literally been since before I was in Florida that I had to sit down with you. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to just talk about stream of consciousness. You know, that's what I'm best at. If you're new here to the podcast, then I want to welcome you myself to Alignment Academy. This is a school for your soul. We talk about all things soul purpose, healing, inner child, living the most fulfilling life you can live. I really am just so passionate about helping people get out of their own way so they can live the life that they know they were meant to live. And if you're one of those people that you just had this really strong feeling when you were younger that you were meant for big things, then you are exactly in the right place, because I have had that feeling in my body since I was little. Like, I am meant for big fucking things. Like, I just know I'm meant to I just know that I'm meant to do something amazing. And the truth is, and this is going to be a little bit of a tough love moment, is you can know that you are meant for really big things, but until you fucking do something about it, until you take action and do the things that the person who is meant for big things would do, you're not. You're not meant for big things until you actually take the action that says, I meant for big things. And so this is going to be definitely a little tough love activation episodes. You guys know I freaking love my activation episodes where I get to just give you guys a little kick in the bum to show you the behind the scenes of the mindset that is going to get you where you want. Because the truth is that to live a really fulfilling life, no one can do it for you. You are the one that has to pick yourself up every single time and get yourself where you want to go. And in order to do that, you have to want it more than you want your comfort zone. And so that's really what we're going to be talking about today. I'm actually obsessed with the topic today. It's going to be small things that have made the biggest difference in my mindset and have grown my business. And even if you don't want to grow a business, but you are just here for a fulfilling fucking life and you know that your current life is not it, this is going to give you the kick in the ass that you need. Because like I said, no one can do it for you. You have to find the strength within yourself. Before we get into it though, I want to give you guys a little life update. So the last time I did, I think, a solo, I was in Florida. I've gotten back and I've definitely had time to like ground and build community. I'm definitely in this phase where I'm putting myself in every single room I can be in and trying to make a lot of new friends, because as you guys know, I just moved to a new part of San Diego where I don't have friends. It's pretty far from the part I lived in. It's about 40 minutes away. And so it really does require me to kind of put myself out there. And I have made some of the best connections. I have started truly I just feel like I'm really starting to enjoy my life again, because I'm not lonely here. I have friends, I have people, I have things to do. And it's like just been this really beautiful era. So even I'm going to tell you guys, like, okay, so last weekend, my actual former client and now friend, Gabby, came and she was like looking for around San Diego because she might move here. And we decided to, actually, I'm just going to tell you guys this whole story because it's really, really cool. And I think that this is a really good example of how fast things can manifest when you're in super alignment. So me and Gabby were like, let's wake up and do a Joe Dispenza meditation. And I was like, yes. Okay. So we wake up, we do a Joe Dispenza. And in the meditation, I was focusing on like having a really solid friend group here, boys and girls doing activities outside, just having things to do all the time. And so in my meditation, I'm visualizing this potential and I see a picture of me and these girls and guys sitting on a beach and we're taking a picture together. We're like all posing for a picture. And I was like, oh, that's like a cute thing. I didn't really think of it myself. It was just like this vision that came to me. And I was like, okay, whatever. So the night before, me and Gabby had gone to this concert with one of my guy friends, and Gabby was like, I really want to surf. And I was like, yeah, but I want to surf too, but I haven't surfed alone in San Diego. And it's like kind of terrifying because people are so good at surfing here. So I was like, I can't take you. And my guy friend was like, oh, let's go out tomorrow. I'll take you guys. I have all the gear. I have blah, blah, blah. Like, let's go. And we were like, okay. So we end up going surfing with him the next morning. Shout out to my friend Kristen. And he takes us surfing, but he ends up bringing his guy friends who I already knew. We'd been hung out like probably 3 or 4 times. And then we end up going to a surf meetup, but I didn't know it was a surf meetup. It was just like his girlfriend's surf meetup. So what happens is we end up all surfing together in the morning. And the point was to help like people that are not comfortable get out there and do it. So it was actually the best case scenario. So we end up going surfing. It's so fun. I actually end up catching 4 waves. I already knew how to surf. I've learned to surf. I just hadn't done it in San Diego because you need a wetsuit, you need a board, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, I end up making these really amazing girlfriends. They're so active. They surf like every day. They're always out there. They're going to run club. And then at the end of the surf meetup, we all have the best day like out in the water. And then she's like, guys, let's take a group picture together. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is literally the picture that I saw in my mind in this morning's meditation. But the reason that this is so crazy, guys, is because, sorry if you hear a little bark, because that's my dog. The reason that this is so crazy is because I didn't even know that we were going with more people than just my guy friend. And so I had no idea we were going with more people than just my guy friend. And it ended up just being like the most kismet, amazing, synchronistic way to meet some new friends. And since then, that was last weekend, I've met up with these girls like twice. I've gone to run club with them. We're going surfing tonight. It's just like a really beautiful manifestation. So my biggest update is that like I'm just becoming an active Cali girly and we're doing all the things, which is fun. That's my update. Now let's go ahead and get into the episode. Small things that have made the biggest difference in my business and in my mindset. So the first thing that I really want to talk to you guys about is playing the long game. And what that really means is showing up when it's not working. In the social media world, there is so much instant gratification. People want things immediately. And I am going to remind you, if you haven't heard, I showed up for the first 2 years of my business with like less than 2,000 followers, 5 to 7 times a week. Guys, I was barely scraping by. I want you to really hear that. Like I was showing up 5 to 7 times a week when I had no proof it was working. I didn't even have a lot of followers. I was just spewing out to the ethers and I was like, this is not going to work. But the energy of decisiveness, the energy of really telling the universe, no, this is going to work. No matter if it's the last thing that I do, this is going to work is what makes it work. So if you don't show up when it starts to not work, when you can only show up when it's working, you don't truly believe in yourself. You don't truly believe in yourself. And that is the exact moment you need to be doing your inner child work. You need to be doing your shadow work and saying, why can't I believe in myself if I don't see the 3D validation? Because odds are you just have an inner child wound around needing validation to feel good enough. And so when you really start to show up regardless of what you're seeing in 3D, that is when you're going to create the results that you desire. And you're also becoming the type of person that can hold that business, because that created such a deep belief in myself. I'm like, I literally don't care what happens at this point. Like I will show up because I know that my dreams can happen if I just never quit. Again, most people just quit the second it doesn't work. And then that's why it never works, because they just give up on themselves because they don't truly know how to believe in themselves. The second thing is so simple. And honestly, all of these tips are so simple, but sometimes we overcomplicate it. We're like, what's the new strategy that I need? What's the new thing? What's the secret sauce? There's no secret sauce. It's you believing that you have something to offer the world and knowing without a doubt that this is your purpose. The second tip that's going to make the biggest difference in your entrepreneurial journey or you just getting what you want in life is motherfucking consistency. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be consistent. The biggest thing that I see is people be on the consistency roller coaster. What's the consistency roller coaster? It's when you're super consistent for a week, a month, and then guess what? You get triggered, you get knocked off your path, and then you're no longer consistent. Why? Because you don't believe in yourself. How do you heal that? Inner child work. Again, it's consistency. You have to be showing up day after day. And you guys would be honestly shocked at how many people message me every month and they say, Kristen, it is so inspiring. I have followed you from the first year you started this business. I can't believe you've grown so much. And all I can think about is, of course I've grown. I haven't stopped showing up since 5 years ago. Of course I've grown. And so if you really make the decision that you are going to show up no matter what, no matter how long it takes, then who cares how long it takes? If this is your sole purpose, then who cares if it takes a long time? You know what I mean? Like, just release the grip on the timeline. I know you want it to happen now, but it really is all perfect. It's going to happen in divine time. You just need to keep on putting in the reps. Yesterday when I was at Run Club, and I am not a runner, I honestly don't even know if I'm going to go back to Run Club because it was so fucking hard. But yesterday when I was at Run Club, I kept on telling to myself in my head, I'm like, just keep on moving your feet and you're going to get there eventually. And that's what I'm going to say to you. Keep moving your feet, one foot in front of the other, and you're going to get there eventually. It's going to take a long time. You're going to be sweaty. You're going to be fucking tired. You're maybe not going to want to do it again like me. But guess what? You're going to get there, and it's going to be fucking amazing when you do. The third thing is putting myself in rooms with people that are inspiring me and where I want to be. For me, it's putting myself in rooms with really dope entrepreneurs. Guys, every single person that you look up to, I promise they're making big investments and they're putting themselves in rooms where they can connect with people that they want to be like. And I have had my biggest moments of expansion from going on retreats, from signing up for a mastermind, from doing things that fucking scare me, but I'm like, I need to meet the people that are there. I need to be connected to the people that are in that room. And when I have done it, it has never not paid off. Like, the connections of people that you know, guys, can quantum leap you. Truly. I mean, even in, like, I can give you guys so many examples. Honestly, my best friend Bree expanded me in my wealth mindset and helped me really get to new income goals. When I went to Joe Dispenza, my guy friends really showed me like what an open-hearted guy looks like. And now all of the guys in my life are open-hearted, dope entrepreneur guys. It's like you only need one example in real life for you to be like, oh, if they can do it, then I sure as hell can do it, you know? And as soon as you get that, like you're expanded, and that's going to be the frequency you're vibrating at after that. It's like, that's going to be the norm. Sometimes for me, all I need is one person to show me, wow, they're not any more special than me. I can have what they have, and then I can attune to that vibration because I don't think or put it on a pedestal anymore. So putting yourself in rooms with entrepreneurs, with people that you want to be like. And I was just telling my client today, I was like, girl, I've been meeting so many entrepreneurs in my area. Just look up entrepreneur events. Just look up spiritual events. Like, I literally just go to things. I know it might be hard to believe, guys, but I take my little booty and I put my outfit on and I go and I introduce myself. Hi, I'm Kristen. And guess what? You guys might think that, like, you guys follow me on social media, so you might have a certain perception of me, but I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I promise I'm just a girl. I'm just like you. I get nervous to go to events, and I don't know anyone when I'm there. No one knows who I am. No one knows my name. And so I have just continued to put myself in situations that expand me, that push my comfort zone. And not only does it make me so much more confident, it gives me really dope connections and puts me in rooms that I want to be in. So get yourself in those rooms. The next thing that has made the biggest difference, you guys are sick of hearing this one, inner work. I've had some pretty big triggers this month within inner child and shadow work, and it just never ceases to amaze me. Even with doing 7-8 years of inner work at this point, there are always new layers. There's always new levels. There's always new things that I haven't seen within myself. And I've had kind of some triggers. They're not really like business triggers, but they're more like personal life triggers and dating triggers and things like that, where I'm like, God, I'm so fucking glad I have these tools, because instead of just like sitting in this trigger or thinking that I can't have what I want, I actually know how to like get into the state where I actually feel worthy of what I want again, and I can transmute it. And the thing about inner work is it never ends, but once you have the basis of the tools, you're golden. There is nothing that I can't feel in my body that I know that I can't overcome at this point. And it is actually insane to me that some people just be getting triggered and they just don't do anything about it. Like, they just sit with it and like wait for it to dissolve, and then they get triggered again, and they get triggered again. I'm like, guys, the way that you play the game, the way that you win this game on earth is by using your triggers as teachers, as like going up the octave. Like, oh, I can handle this. Let me show my brain and body that I'm good. Let me show my brain and my body that I can really stay regulated through this thing. And the way that you know you're really growing, and the way that you know you're really starting to play the game within the algorithm, is when you get triggered in the same thing and then you react completely differently. I had a instance in my life recently where I had this friend trigger, and she did something that she just did me dirty in some way. And I was so triggered. This was like a year ago. I was so triggered by it. I was like, wow, like this fucking sucks. Like I'm so triggered. But then right after I transmuted that trigger, I like had my highest income month. I was like, wow, it was just teaching me to lean on myself more and have more security within myself. And then that same exact friendship wound happened like a month ago now. And I was like, I'm not triggered at all. I've already been through this. And I just knew that I was just getting kind of like the universe was just gauging where my vibration was at. I was like, are you going to freak out? Are you going to stay cool? Are you going to still believe that you're worthy of everything you desire? And I played it cool. And you can't like fake vibration, guys, right? Like the universe is really responding to your electromagnetic field around your body. And my electromagnetic field was like, no matter who likes me, I still love me. I still love me. I still fuck with me. You can come and you can go and it's going to be fine. And it's funny because right after that, I met all these amazing friends, and I'm just like, wow, I fucking love when you can just get triggered again and you're just not triggered anymore. You're just not triggered. It might feel a little tight in your body, but you're not triggered or you need to even like do any work on it. So inner work is going to change your life. And if you don't know, Inner Work Alchemy is reopening for enrollment next week. You can join the waitlist below. I am going to have a pre-sale for, I think, 2 days where you can get the program like $200 off. So it's going to be waitlist only though. So if you are interested in that, then make sure you join the waitlist below. Inner Work Alchemy is my 8-week inner work program to help you transmute every single trigger from father wound, boundaries, people pleasing, inner child work, shadow work, higher self synchronization. We literally do it all in there. Just go look at the landing page below. And I'm going to teach you how to do all the inner work. It was my favorite program I think I've ever run in my entire life. So excited for that. The next small thing that's made a big difference has been making good and bad investments. And I know that this is maybe not an obvious one, but what you guys don't see behind the scenes is even when you make more money, then you have to invest higher amounts of money to get what you want. And that's fucking scary. You know what I mean? Like investing never gets easier for me. But what happens is by making really good investments and by making really bad investments, my baseline of safety for spending money on my personal growth in my business just increases. And what you realize is that they both teach you things. And so honestly, like I am so passionate about investing in myself because my personal growth is my business growth. But the thing is, I'm going to give you guys some tough love. Like if you want to start a business, right? You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to have a 6-figure business, but you can't invest $5,000 in yourself. Like, girlie, you got bigger problems. Like you're never going to make it if you can't learn to invest in yourself. And I even have people who want to be these 6-figure entrepreneurs. And I'm like, okay, join Alignment Academy. Like you have business tools in there. You have inner work tools. They're like $77 a month. I'm like, guys, $77 a month to heal and grow your business is literally nothing. And I don't know how much you make, guys, right? Like I'm not saying that like, it's literally nothing. I'm saying that in comparison to if you're trying to make big amounts of money, that is nothing. You know what I mean? If you can't bet on yourself that little, there's no way you're going to be able to make it by asking people to pay you thousands of dollars. It's just like more of a frequency thing. And so I'm going to inspire you. It doesn't have to be with me, but make the investment you've been wanting to make. Like hire the coach that you want to hire. I don't care if it's me. It can be someone else. But if you've been wanting to join Alignment Academy, like shameless plug, you should join it. I made it because I want an affordable place for people to be able to step in their power in a really safe space and learn how to do the healing work, the inner work, have business tools, have access to me, be able to do live meditations with me. And that's the perfect place to do it. So Alignment Academy, the membership, is literally one of the most transformative spaces I've ever created. And we have like 4 to 5 calls a month in that container. Like you're going to get so much of me. So join Alignment Academy. You're also going to be putting yourself in rooms with entrepreneurs. You're going to be investing yourself. You're going to be learning. It's not like you're just investing yourself. You're not learning. Remember that the point of investments is so that you can make more money in return. You invest so that you eventually make more than you invested. I think people forget that, but The point of an investment is to take a risk on yourself so you can make more. I don't know how many other ways I can say that, but making good and bad investments has just taught me so much about myself in terms of even like trusting myself and trusting my gut and learning what feels good in my body. There's just so many amazing things when it comes to investing in yourself. And kind of on the topic of investing in myself, like I feel like I've gotten really good at getting out of my comfort zone, especially in this season that I'm also doing a lot of social things and putting myself in new rooms. And the way that I make decisions is by this. I say, how would my 80-year-old self feel about this? Even, when my friends come over and I'm like wanting to treat them to dinner and I'm like, I don't know, this is expensive, but like, I really want to treat this person. I always am like, at 80 years old, is this going to matter? At 80 years old, would I be happy that I was the type of person that treated this person to dinner or whatever? And I really always run risks by my 80-year-old self, because the truth is that my 80-year-old self is only going to want to have had as much adventure as possible, be the kindest person as possible, be the most abundant person as possible, and have a good fucking time and not worry about what other people think. And even yesterday, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be the slowest runner at Run Club. Like, and I'm like, these people are never going to think of me again after they see me at Run Club. You know what I mean? They're not going to be like, Kristen was so slow. And I really wasn't even the slowest, but I'm just saying, like, that was my ego talking, like, you're going to be so slow. You haven't run in so long. I will say my body does kind of hurt today from running. But like, I'm just like, I'm so done with caring what people think in any capacity. And so if you are struggling with fear of being seen, or you're struggling with putting yourself out there, run it by your 80-year-old self. And remember that all the people that you're worried about are all going to be 80-year-olds too. And they're not going to be giving a fuck about you. They're really not. So you might as well send it with your life. Like, that's truly what you need to do, is live the biggest life possible. And I know for certain I'm not going to have one regret on my deathbed. And I want that for you too. But the only way you can have that is by taking big risks on yourself. I think people sometimes forget that growth is supposed to feel uncomfortable. Like, the moment that people feel discomfort, they're like, what's wrong? I feel so uncomfortable. And I'm like, girl, this is because you're growing. You're right on schedule. This is exactly what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? And so I just want to remind you that no matter what you're going through, if you're feeling a little uncomfortable, if you're feeling like it's pushing your edge, you are right on schedule. It's exactly right. It's literally exactly right. Your work is to get comfortable here. Your work is to remind your brain and body that you are safe and you are going to figure it out. And no matter what happens, it's all going to be good. That is your game. And my last tip that I want you to do that's going to make the biggest difference on your journey to fulfillment, your entrepreneurship journey, is just treating this shit like a game. Guys, that's all it is. When you realize that not only business, but life is just a game. It's just a game. And when you know the rules to the game, you can play it better. I talk so much about this in Inner Work Alchemy, like really realizing that as long as you feel worthy of the thing and you take action on it, you can have whatever the fuck you want. Like, that is the rules to the game, is realizing that this is a vibrational based universe. You can master your vibration by healing your trauma, raising your self-worth, and doing the fucking thing that not other people are going to do, that people are not willing to do. You are going to get so much further. Honestly, I hate to say this, guys, but if you just commit to not giving up, you are going to get so much further than most entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs, they quit year 2 of their business. That was my thing. I was like, Kristen, just commit to not quitting and the game is pretty easy to win. You know what I mean? And so as long as you can get through those 2 years of blocks of not believing in yourself and wondering if it's going to work and this and that, you're golden, because most people don't know how to do that. They don't have the tools like inner child and shadow work. And so I'm literally handing them to you. I'm like, these are the tools that I've used. I haven't had an actual proper like business coach in a while. I've only had like mentors, and it's because I just trust myself so much. I'm like, I know that I can figure this out. Not saying I'm never going to have a business coach again, but what I'm saying is that the inner work has been the thing that has moved the needle for me more than any strategy that someone has given me, right? Like, yes, the strategies are cool and like I need strategies sometimes, but I always remind my clients, like, the strategy is the easy part. You just apply it. I give it to you and you apply it. The hard part is, what do you do when it's not working? The hard part is, what do your friends and family think of you? The hard part is do you believe in yourself? That's the motherfucking hard part, right? I don't really like cursing. I'm sorry I cursed, but that's the hard part. And so I just want you to remember that this is a game, and don't take it too seriously. It's a game. Don't take it too seriously. Really think about that. Like, you don't take games too seriously. You're like, it's a game. It'll be over soon. That's what life is. That's what entrepreneurship is. So just play the game and you're going to be golden. I hope that this activated you. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you guys for spending another week with me inside of Alignment Academy School. If you are wanting to join the membership, I cannot recommend it enough. Alignment Academy membership is literally such a good time. We literally talk every day in there. People are so nice. They actually do connect. They actually do talk. Inside, you're going to get 6 of my best-selling meditations, 7 of my master classes. This month, we're doing a masterclass inside for the members only called Mastering the Quantum Field. I've never taught this before. So this is going to be like a premium masterclass experience, and it's only available again inside Alignment Academy. So if you want to join, August is just honestly an amazing month to join because there's so much going on. So many calls, so much co-working, so many Q&As, meditations. It's going to be a blast. So I hope you guys join. I'll see you inside. Take the plunge on yourself, bet on yourself. I mean, it's $77 a month and you can cancel if you don't like it. But I also know that a lot of people in there are there to actually heal and build their businesses. So I am calling in people that are in it for the long haul and really just wanting to grow with me. So that's my invitation to you. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing week. As always, let me know what you thought of this episode. If you have any topic requests, then let me know. And please, please, please share this with a friend if you feel called and you know that they would enjoy it. I really love growing the podcast just by like word of mouth and you guys sharing it. So it really does help me. Leave me a review. Also, like it, all the things. Please help a sister out. So that's all I have for you guys today. I love you so much and I will see you next week. Bye.